John Ignatius, Local Business Line Manager, General Industries, ABB Robotics India. He has bachelor degree in engineering and has undergone various leadership trainings. He is robotic automation professional and currently heads local business line for ABB Robotics in India. He is associated with ABB for more than 10 years, having worked with both in global and local roles across functions such as marketing, strategy, pricing, channel management, and business development. He leads a team of robot experts with rich domain expertise, delivering his best. Today, Mr. John will give us a brief view on collaborative robots enabling small and medium enterprises to automate. So, delegates, let's welcome Mr. John.
It is our belief that robots, we are a robotics company. So, in the whole context of smart manufacturing, we believe that our robots have a crucial part to play. The robots are getting smarter day by day. Robots which have been used as tools for productivity and efficiency are finding new horizons, when it comes to driving these measures for all our customers. And I also should say that, India as a country is in very early stages of automation. Today, if you look at the robot density that we have in India, which is 4, which means, you have 4 industrial robots for every 10,000 manufacturing worker. We have a long way to go. And I think, when we are talking about this topic of smart manufacturing, which would play a very critical role in our Atmanirbhar ambitions and so on. So I feel very privileged that we get the opportunity to discuss this very important topic. I also would like to go one step further into the details, because I always believe that this automation, whatever we are talking about, or smart manufacturing, it is an effort that has to happen as an ecosystem. Yeah, it is our responsibility, the companies that we operate into this space. It is very important for all of us to take everybody in this journey. So I have, I have structured my thoughts for this panel discussion to focus very specifically on our, SME Tier 1 customers, who I believe form the backbone of our manufacturing. So I would like to little bit, share my thoughts on how collaborative robots specifically is helping our small and medium enterprises to automate. Yeah. So with that, I will a little bit share a small presentation, keeping in the mind the time availability that we have. So, yeah. So as you all know that, industrial robots has become a very, very common name across our manufacturing space. Yeah. But one thing which is very clear these days is that the robots are breaking the boundaries. Earlier, for safety reasons, industrial robots are always under, very safe situation, guarded by fences and so on. But with India trying to move into the value chain, take any industry, for example, talk about electronics, talk about automotive, we see that India as a country moving up the value chain, which means that as we move up the value chain, we would have applications which needs to have a lot of collaboration between man and the machine. Here, I can very clearly see that our small and medium enterprises have a very crucial role to play, because the productivity is always a continuous process. It starts from one and it ends with another, but the whole process has to be very much driven towards the absolute quality. Yeah. There, I think we have to take our small and medium enterprises along the journey. And I think collaborative robots is a very good starting point for them to consider automation. Yeah. So that's a little bit of the idea. And, when I talk to people, this collaborative robots, it's always a little bit a gray area for them to understand. So what is collaborative robot, or what are the different types of collaborative operations that we typically see in a factory setup? Today, there is a possibility where a robot and a human can coexist, but not, too much of collaboration, in the sense, there is very less interaction between the robot and the human. So this is a very low degree of collaboration. then there is always a possibility that at some point in time that, at regular intervals, the robot and a human comes into a close contact. So which we call it as intermittent collaboration. There is always also a possibility where a robot and a human has to be continuously working in very close cooperation. Yeah. So this is a very high degree of collaboration, and we need to have these robots which are designed for all these three collaborations, modes of collaboration. Let me take with an example. If you're talking about an assembly line, there is an inspector who overall responsible for the production targets of that particular assembly line. He has very less instances where he needs to interact with the robot. In this case, his interaction is always low. Whereas if you take a helper, who comes to fill the parts and so on, there he comes in contact, but again, not often. So there is intermittent collaboration that is happening. But you also have a situation where there is an assembly worker who's continuously has to keep up the takt time of the line. Then it means that he is working in very close collaboration with the robots. Yeah. So we see today as the electronic industry and the automotive industry are very much getting benefited by the PLI schemes and the Atmanirbhar ambitions that we have. We can very clearly see that these opportunities are coming, especially within our small and medium enterprises. As you all know, we can very well agree that, small and medium enterprises are very crucial part of our manufacturing ecosystem. Just as a little quick view that, this signifies how much they contribute to our GDP in India. And more importantly, what is the potential that they have as an employment generator in India? Yeah. It's very heartening to see that, we have close to 17% of the GDP coming from our small and medium enterprises. At the same time, we have an employment opportunity of close to 70% being accounted by our small and medium enterprises. So we cannot leave this, this kind of industry segment away when we are talking about automation. What I would like to show here is that, the trends that we are seeing among our customers when it comes to the trends and what is the pain point. Yeah. Today, if I have to little bit look into the trends, the macro trends around the 6 topics, which is very critical for us in ABB, around sustainability, uncertainty, competitiveness, productivity, quality, and flexibility. We see a trend where today people want to move into much meaningful jobs. Yeah. People don't want to do the same activity which they have been doing for the many years. So there is clearly an ambition to go up the value chain when it comes to the kind of work that they do. And also one customers, our customers always see a situation where there is a lot of uncertainty, of course, because of the general social and economic and political situation. But the COVID also has aggravated where, we are seeing a lot of non-availability of labor to keep up the production. Yeah. And now competitiveness. See, this is something that we have to see it as an industry, but also we have to see it as a country. For us to be competitive in the global market, we have to be very much focused on quality and efficiency, which can be very much brought by automation. Yeah. And flexibility. See, today, we all know that customer preferences change every day, because of which our production lines have to be much more flexible and agile. Yeah. These situations to an extent can be managed by large organizations, but it's very difficult for a small and medium enterprises to adapt so quickly. Yeah. And quality and productivity, these are all topics that we all know in the manufacturing industry. So with all of this, what is the pain point that our small and medium enterprises are facing today? Sustainability, it's always an issue. You cannot keep the employees' morale up when you have the same level of work doing. And uncertainty, supply chain issues are there. We are not able to, we are not able to maintain the same production targets that we all have. And competitiveness, there is always a shift in, the production moving out of India. That there are a lot of low-cost country options available. Then we have to be competitive. Yeah, and this means that you have to make sure that you have to invest in automation. So quality and productivity, I will not go into details, but on flexibility side, yeah, today if we have to be flexible, then automation is the only solution. Yeah. So this I will a little bit keep. And we also had a survey. What is stopping us for our robot? What is the benefit that our customers are seeing when they invest in robots? It is very clearly seeing that the 50% of our response was very much towards reduced operating cost, improved product quality and consistency. When we're talking about a smart factory, what is the final objective of being smart? It has to be here, right? It should be, you have to reduce the cost, you have to produce more at a much lesser cost, but your quality of the product that you deliver is absolutely top notch, and you also have to be in a position to scale it up. If these 3 points are not being met, then you are not talking about a smart manufacturing. So we can very clearly see this, as I said at the start, robots have a very crucial role to play when it comes to smart manufacturing. And this I can very clearly from our own customer surveys that people really see the need for robots to be smart. Now I will a little bit go into collaborative robots. See why our small and medium enterprise customers are liking our collaborative robots. Not just ABB robots, but in general, why collaborative robots are so popular. Today, if you look at the challenges that faced by a small and medium enterprises, there are 2 or 3 things, right? One is the access to capital. It is always a challenge. Then you have to have the cash, meaning the cash to run your operations. And the third one is the access to technology. We understand that many of our small and medium enterprises have 30 people, 40 people. So it's not possible very often to invest in capital, have an operating cash, and then access to so much of technical knowledge. So we understand that. We understand these challenges, and that is why we have positioned. We believe this collaborative robots to an extent can help there. Ease of use. So we also know that many of our robot users don't come with the knowledge that is required to operate a robot. Industrial robot, you need a lot of knowledge. You need to, if you have to maintain the robot, you need to know the programming. You need to be aware of the safety protocols. But by taking the equation of safety outside of these robots become much more easy to use. I will a little bit go in detail all of this. So ease of use is very important. And when it talks about operating cash and the capital expensive, we believe the automation through collaborative robots is not as capital intensive as you would do an industrial robot. So the return on investment is much faster compared to an investment into an industrial robot set. And one flexibility that you would also see here is that when you talk about an automation through industrial robot, if you have to automate certain sections of the production, it is fixed. You have to do that. In the sense that both the upstream and the downstream applications have to be automated together. You will encounter many situations like that. But when the case of collaborative robot, with the capital that is available to you and with the immediate pain point that you would like to address, collaborative robots can be very quickly assembled into quickly commissioned into the production line. So there is a lot of benefits for using collaborative robots by small and medium enterprises. I'll quickly spend some time on ease of use. What we say. See, today our objective is to make robot programming as easy as possible. You don't have to be someone with so much of programming background to program a collaborative robot. We have something called as wizard easy programming, meaning you can move the robot into the position which it wants to do. Then the robot learns by itself and it does. It's very easy. As you can see in the video, it's just pick and place, pick and drop. Very easy instructions that you need to give to the robot. And this doesn't need so much of programming knowledge. And then. So this little bit on the technical side, but what we also see is that, people want to see something before they invest. Here we are able to provide the software tools which would help our customers to visualize what the robot is going to do before they actually purchase it. And these application softwares and simulation softwares also have developed so much that they are very much easy to simulate. These robots are not so what I would say, very critical when it comes to cycle time and so on. Of course, it's very important in any process, but these are things that we can very much simulate and you can a little bit learn. And I will quickly a little bit more. As I said, safety has been very, very inherently taken care in our collaborative robots. But if at all you believe that the collaboration has to happen intermittently, then safe move is something that we provide, which means that when a person, as you would have seen in the video, when the operator enters into a safe zone, the speed of the robot goes down or it completely comes to a halt. Yeah, the technology has evolved and it is not so cost intensive. And finally, one thing I would like to say is, of course, as I said, our small and medium enterprises do not have access to so much of technical knowledge, technical expertise. But this is our responsibility to make it easy for them. Yeah. Today, we have made all our resources very much available for our small and medium enterprises to quickly adapt to these products, and they can do it very much easy. Yeah. So it is our responsibility that we take this very important industry segment of small and medium enterprises into automation. And I believe that collaborative robots is something that is a very good starting point for them. Yeah. So with that, I thank you for the opportunity.